Welcome to the Dachop team. I'm your host, Seth the Dart Child.
I'm your host, twinsinc.
Our show is about two guys and any friends that happen to come over with a topic that we want to chop up.
This is our barbershop style podcast. We discuss it all. If the fellas at the shop will go in on it, we will. Let's chop it up. All right, people. You see the title. No games. We're getting straight into the topic. And as you can see the topic there, is can women handle the truth? Whew. So there is a video out there that's been gone viral out there from The Godfather, KS. And first off, The Godfather can speak for itself.
Yeah, full disclaimer. We in no form or fashion are trying to take up, defend, or cover for The Godfather. He can talk for himself, period. Okay, but we just do have an opinion about this.
Yeah, because the problem is, women always say, I heard this through my dating life, my single life, and my marriage life. Mm-hmm. Just tell me the truth. was that Tom Cruise? You can't handle the truth?
Yes. That
is one of the most iconic but real statement in history. You say you want to tell the truth. The question is, can you handle the truth? Mm-hmm. And I think the society has made us men be more reserved on a lot of things.
You know what? We're going all the way in head first. Listen,
trigger
anybody. I don't know if we've talked about this lady. She's from the 1990s. She wrote a book called. Her name is Scheherazade Ali. She wrote a book called The Black Man's Guide to Understanding the Black Woman. You can find dozens of her videos and interviews on YouTube. If you read her book before you bring smoke on this particular topic, please do a little homework. Scheherazade Ali, check it out. But this is about Uncle Kev, not about her. But seriously, can women handle the truth? This has been discussed for a long time.
So there was a video of a lady who called into Mr. Kev's show to inquiry about how can I get me a high value man, you know what I'm saying? A 6-figure guy, you know, she makes a lot of great money. She made last 3 years. She made 6 figures in the last 3 years. Mm-hmm. She has her own business.
It's dog grooming, so we'll talk about that.
Still be boy, and she has a 13-year-old son, and I think she's 34 now. 35 years old with a 13-year-old with a suspect baby daddy. So she called in the show, and the show had nothing to do about her personal topic. He had a different topic going on, totally different. But she called on the show. And not demanded, but she pushed through to ask her question. And he said, you know what? I'm going to use you as a case study, which he did. And I want you all watch the full 2-hour video because it went viral. But
it's literally in the trending banner on World Star Hip Hop right now. And I'll be honest with you, people. The man told nothing but the truth. And mind you, it's a 2-hour video. So it wasn't like they spoke for 2 seconds and he went off. No, this was like a buildup of someone not listening. If you have kids, most of us had kids, you tell them to do something. You say it again. You say it again. And by the 4th time, you ready to tear some butt up. Yeah.
So the truth to the matter is, women, can you really handle the truth? I know we didn't get into it yet, but I'm posing the question. Do you really want to know the truth? Are you really doing the research and understanding? Are you really thinking about what you're asking for? Can you really handle? Because based on what I'm seeing in these comments across the board, a lot of people are saying, oh, he's too this. He should have said it this way. He should have said it that way. Once again, can you handle the truth, or you want the fluff, or you want to be real? Because I'm coming to realizing that you once tell the truth, but you can't handle the truth. That's why men don't tell you the truth. We say stuff because we know if we go all the way in, your little precious heart will be broken in many pieces.
Yeah, not to mention you. If we go all the way in, it doesn't have to go all the way in, but you're just dense. You don't really. Okay, just saying. Sometimes if we go all the way in with just the flat, uncut truth, you still don't want to hear it. You didn't say it the right way. You didn't have the right tone. Why were you so harsh? I mean, how many more levels of sugar can I put on top of something to make it digestible?
What you gotta do? You gotta get in your Michael Jackson voice.
Oh, well, maybe I should. I wish I could imitate Derek Jackson right now. Maybe if I say it like Derek Jackson would say it, you'd get it. You know, maybe the Derek Jackson ladies. You know you're a bitch, but you're not really a bitch. You're just kind of a bitch. How you want that delivered? How do you want that delivered?
Man. I think you nailed it nailed it too. But really, can you really handle the truth? I wish that we could have a female on the show right now, but let's be real. If there was on the show,
we'd be arguing in 5
they'd be
minutes.
arguing, feelings be hurt because
and we'd be rabbit hole. They'd be like, well, and we'd be like, the conversation started here. How did I get to West Texas?
Because it'll go from can you handle the truth to oh, you just mad. Oh, you're this.
And it'll end up at my favorite place when talking to women.
What's that?
Who hurt you?
Isn't that part of the deflection? The self-guilt?
The sign.
Man, I tell you, man.
Shame, and self-guilt, and the need to be right.
Listen, man. First off, I want to give Mr. Kev his roses now.
Yeah.
On
video.
I'm going to give his roses now because, let's be real. If I had a KS as I was growing up as a young man, I'd be totally different route than I am now. Mm-hmm. Had a dad, but he died before he can get to that part of raising me to be a man and get ready for the world. So I didn't have that real guidance. But watching this video, it's like, I didn't think about that way. Mm-mm. He has some points, and I can't really find the lie anywhere. But the problem is, ladies, that the reason why you have a problem with that, you have a problem with a man, because you talk about you want a real man, manly man, but then when you get him and you're talking to him, you really can't handle a manly man.
Dude, it's so much tied up in all of this.
It is. But I'm learning that that in this era, because back in the day, you know what I'm saying, a man will say, this is it, and that was it. And there was no peep from her. No, there was no. Babe, we're going to the kids here. We're going to go here and we're going home. Now, but I don't want to do that. I don't feel like doing this. Woman, what did I just say?
well, I mean, I want to say, even though that's real hard, it was almost never that harsh. But it's so much worse now.
I get it.
And the worst part is, here's part of the truth. The way you're saying it, that was never the pure truth.
No.
But that's how baseline you have to get nowadays to even try to get through to him. It's get in the dang on car, shut up, and put your seatbelt on. But it's too tight across my chest. It's always something.
Where did we go wrong? As far as men, where did we go wrong from being so firm to being?
I can tell you exactly where
so passive.
I can tell you exactly where we went wrong.
Come on.
Well, no, it's a couple of different streams that came together to form that river.
Hey,
one of the streams was women making money. When women decided, how many men have lived in the house or been with a woman who, like, if your woman making money, I'm not saying that nobody wants to make money, but if she's making money, you can't tell somebody who making their own money what to do. So World War II, when the women had to go into the factories to take over because all the men were at war, that was it. It ain't about black and white. That's men and women. I'm not saying I want anything like them. I'm just saying,
right.
All of a sudden, women realized that they could make their own. They could pay their own bills. They could have their own money. And since I've been a working man, I don't let people tell me what to do when I pay my own bills. That's how they feel. That's a fair statement, right?
Yeah, that is.
So Yeah, if they're not dependent on you, they independent of you per se. You're not going to control somebody making their own money. So that's one part.
Okay, that's one.
Second part is the government has created a situation whereas they really don't need you for anything. They don't need you for protection. That's what the police are for. If the house burns down, they don't need you to rush in and save nobody. That's what the fire department's for. They don't need you to defend the nation. That's what the army's for. They don't need you to put a roof over your head. That's what Section 8 is for. They don't need you to put food on their table, even if they can't do it themselves, because that's what welfare is for. Feel me? I mean, the government has replaced men in every aspect. And if you put us on the same level through no fault of your own, you didn't do anything. We literally gave you the police as men, because men serve 90% of the police force. We literally gave you the fire department because men are 90+% of the fire department. We literally gave you an army to protect your home and nation because men are 90+% of that. We literally gave you food stamps because men don't pay 90% of taxes, but men do pay the majority of taxes. We literally gave you the roof over your head because women don't build houses.
Facts. Keep going. Keep going.
I mean, none of this is, the lights. Yeah, and we gave them electricity because men are 90+% of the people who work at the power companies. Plumbing. You don't need us for plumbing. You don't need us to bring water in for the well because men are 90+% of the plumbers. Do I need to go further? Oh wait, who invented the washing machine? Washing clothes became very easy because a man made washing machines. Oh, internal stoves so you can cook because men invented that for you. You don't even have to worry about having a cycle and the mess that come from having a cycle during your period because men invented tampons. Just saying. It sounds bad, but
it's facts. You cannot argue the facts. Forget the emotion. Forget your feelings. We're speaking facts right now.
Yeah, and once again, it's all argument. We can argue it, but honestly, this is an argument. What has women created or donated to a society that benefits all of society? That ain't. I'm not saying that this is useless. I'm saying this happened. Teachers. We need teachers. Women are most of the teachers. Cool.
Patience.
But the bad part about it is men can actually teach. What else? You know what I'm saying? Having babies. You're right. You got that exclusive. Got that 100%.
And you can have that.
Hey.
We don't want it.
And no. As I was,
Listen, men ain't asking for now, 3 weeks off from work after having the baby.
Actually, I want it though. I'll take the time off.
That's what it's for. Just the time off. Exactly. I don't need time off to do anything. But
I had a conversation with a woman recently. It was an interesting conversation, but the part that think is valid right here is I used to say it's not a woman's job to be my equal. It's not her job to be better than me. It's not her job to pay half the bills or the bills. It's not her job to do any of that. It's her job to make me want to do it for her.
Ooh, say that again. Hold up. Say that again.
Okay. It's not your job to pay the bills. Now, don't get me wrong. I might need you to help with that. It's not your job to try to fight for my honor. I don't need you to go out there and slay a tiger. I don't need you to drag my body across the floor in case the house is on fire. But at the same time, it is your job to make me want to buy you a house. It is your job to make me want to protect you. It is your job to make me want to care for you and to take care of my kids. It's your job to do that.
To feel appreciated. That's all, right? That's pretty much it, right? How much does appreciation cost?
Actually, it's obviously women rather go to work. women rather have $1.2 trillion in student loans. Women, they would rather They would rather, once again, cut off their nose to spite their face than show appreciation for a man. So how much is it worth? I got no idea, but it's a hell of a lot more than I think it should be.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. And, they want to say that we men are very prideful and all that.
We are prideful.
I know,
that's
but
the point.
No, we are prideful, but I'm just saying, I'm stubborn. That's what I want to say, stubborn. But we're the stubborn ones.
We are, no. Yes,
I get it that we are, but I'm saying that one little thing that you can do to make everything and everybody happy is appreciation.
Exactly.
I'm not asking you. I'm not asking you.
Then we fall back on appreciation when we were talking about chivalry.
I think we did.
Man, it's always the same thing. Y'all just okay.
They can't handle the truth, man.
And once again, everything I said, we can argue all day. I welcome this conversation, but if you can find fault in anything I've said up to this point, let me know. This ain't me being a chauvinist. I told a woman this, hands down. I said, we having this conversation about equality. I said, I could walk across this room to you right now and literally beat you to death with my bare hands.
Ouch.
I'm physically bigger than you. I'm physically stronger than you. And you couldn't stop me from doing what I wanted to do to you. So where are we going to be equal at there? Physically, we're never going to be equal. There are going to be some women bigger than men, but the vast majority of men are going to be stronger than women, bigger than women.
And I think, when you think about this topic, as far as them not able to handle the truth or whatever, it comes to their bad decision that they made. The bad decision that they made.
Okay.
Meaning that.
Which decision was this?
So, you know what I'm saying? So you want a certain type of man, right? But at a young age, you made a decision to have a kid at a young age, which now lowers your value of getting any man. Not even say high value. Any man. Go ahead.
No, I just want to. I agree with you. You know what the truth was? In my generation, stepfathers weren't a bad thing. They weren't a cuss word.
No.
So I never had a stepfather. I wish I had. I miss you, Daddy. No, just playing. But seriously, the idea of taking care of someone else's kid, my cousin did it. My cousin met a woman with a kid. He actually got into a fist fight with her baby's father.
Wow.
And I honestly don't think I ever seen that dude from that day forward.
Oh, the guy, the stepdad.
The original father. And my cousin stayed with her. He had 5 more kids with her, so she had 6 kids in all. And he raised all 6 of those kids.
Like his own.
But in 2020, since 2019, 2015,
mm-hmm.
I don't know how many people would get into a physical altercation with somebody's baby daddy and then proceed to stay with them for an additional 30 years. That generation's over.
Shoot, they're barely even dating that part.
Is that, if I came, here's the thing, when I was in my 20s, I've done this, let's be honest. I see a dude flirting with my girl at the club, at the bar.
Mm-hmm.
I confront this dude. Totally prepared to fight, end up in jail, or take a life.
To prove my love.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Prove your love.
If I was at a bar now, and my girl was at the bar, and let's say I went to the bathroom.
Right.
If I came back from the bathroom and my girl was smiling at a dude's face when I came back from the bathroom, and ain't nobody, you're not gonna blow smoke up my ass. Oh, hey, he just stopped. Nah. I saw that smile from across the room.
Right.
So I would walk over. She'd be like, "Oh, he was just." I'd be like, "Hey, we're done." And I just grab my keys with him and walk out the door. Yeah. I put a little money on the counter. I'm not defending your honor, and I don't need you to argue with me no more about that. Women, unfortunately, in 2020 have lost what I like to call the benefit of the doubt.
Mm.
It's too easy for y'all to do too much stuff, and the truth of the matter is, because y'all can't handle the truth, is y'all have set yourself up to look like HOEs across the board. I know this is going to be argumentative, but too many of y'all ran to OnlyFans. Too many of y'all run to Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. There was an article on Fox News recently that said up to 50+% of all women have admitted to infidelity in a relationship. Right? Women cheat on par with men. On par, equal. The problem with that on par, equal, is that women are more deceitful than men. So if 50% of women are willing to admit to doing something, what is that telling you?
Ooh, that's a big number.
I'm sorry. I'm not saying every woman does it. That would be retarded. No. I'm sorry. I can't say the R word. I can say nigga. I can't. But honestly, at this point, women have openly admitted to being as cheating or infidelity having as men. And if that's the case, where's the honesty? Because we all know that for every one truth you tell, there are probably 3 or 4 omissions that you didn't tell.
And that's real right there. And then when you think about it, when it comes to having those conversations, find out the truth and stuff, once again, they can't handle it. And I know I keep saying it, but it's true though. We have millions of shows out there, Love and Hip Hop, Married to Medicine, of our black women, how our black women are being portrayed in the media, basketball wise, all that stuff. And y'all have no problem how those TV shows exploit the black woman. On some of the stuff is made up, but some stuff is real, right? But the companies make millions of dollars off it, and no one bats an eye on it. People can constantly watch it, turn on the TV, faithfully watch all the episode, know all the characters, everything. But then you have a black man who's having a conversation on try to help a woman to get to her goal, what she's trying to get to, but educating at the same time. And he's being nice, but then you get to a certain point, he's a little firm with her. Now he's the bad guy, or he should have said it this way. He could have said it this way, pronounced this way. He could have said different tone, all that other stuff. But I can turn on to you right now on VH1, and I can find a TV show less than 5 minutes of black women on TV fighting each other, cussing it out, twerking and everything. And we ain't gonna talk about the whole twerking thing.
We ain't even talk about the twerking thing,
because that's another subject too.
Oh my God!
Y'all go to a restaurant twerking?
No.
Woo!
Wait. Back that out.
I'm sorry.
Back that out. We are going to talk about that situation because Uncle Kev, hold on for a moment. I saw a woman going off. He didn't have to do that to her. He didn't have to say that to her. He didn't. He could have. That ain't how he should have confronted her, without ever doing her research. She was vocal. She was defiant. She was animated about how he spoke to her without doing her dang on research. You know what happened when he said he spoke to her 3 times before he confronted her that last time. 3 times he asked her to get off the furniture. You know what she had the nerve to say after all that loud smoke she was blowing? Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, not sorry, my bad. I apologize. Oh.
And after she
that's
said,
not pride,
"Oh,"
dear. That's not pride.
And after she said, "Oh, I didn't know that," she followed that back up with, "He still didn't." Once again,
oh, not the but.
Need to be right,
but
you have to be right.
Listen, ladies, anytime you have a conversation with a man or anybody, if you say something, then you say but,
everything
you just negated everything you just said. I that burns me up because okay, well I understand this, but
you just
you don't. You just dismissed it. That's
ball it up, shoot it in the trash can.
Right. So yes, and I challenge anybody before you go in and tear down a man, because once again, this comes back to black men being attacked. Find the lie. I talk about this on my platform, twinsinc Talk. I'm talking on the Dachop team. The black man is constantly being attacked. Always. Anytime we try to we speak truth about something or we do something, we should do it this way. What is the right way to do it?
Please, I'm listening. I need this.
And one of the best questions that the Godfather always asks all his ladies who call in on the show is that, if you had a son, would you rather marry someone like you or someone who's younger, the right help on this plan? And the woman be like, well, if this easy question, women always talk about they always want the best for their son or for their daughter. Mm-hmm. But when it's something they compare themselves to their kids, they kind of stutter on it or like, I don't. Well, it depends. No. I want my son to do better than me, regardless if I'm in a bad situation or good situation. I want the best for both my kids. Mm-hmm. So if my son or daughter can marry somebody better than me and better than his mama, yeah, definitely do it. I'll agree to that.
Amen.
Simple as that.
Amen.
And a lot of these women, they came and answered that question faithfully. It's like it's constant of years and years of what is it? I can't think of the word right now, but it's trauma. Mm-hmm. It's like it's trauma. It come down to it. It's like instead of you doing something good for your kids and your family so they can have a better life than you do, you were not telling certain stuff so they can go through it and go through the same cycle that you did instead of breaking the cycle. Mm-hmm. And that's what the problem is.
Yeah, well, and once again, always got to add my 2 cents, don't I?
Hey, 2-5, whatever. Let's go.
Let's be real. All of this, generation after generation after generation, we can argue this all we want, but in the last since the 70s, we call it 3 generations, 4, something like that.
Something like that.
Since the 70s, real talk, women, ever since they first started the Welfare Act of 1965, I did a little homework on that, so look that up. The Welfare Act of 1965. Let me back out. Not I did the homework on that. Scheherazade Ali. Scheherazade Ali.
And that is a lady he's referring to as well.
Look her up. She was preaching in the 90s about what we're talking about 30 years later. Okay? But ever since women had to make the decision, ladies, ever since you, once again, handle the truth, since you decided that having a father figure in the house was not the best choice for you with your children, everything else has flowed downhill from there. So we can
cycle. Mm-hmm.
It's a cycle. And we're 3 generations into that decision to not have, well, in 1965, look it up. The number of black kids born outside of wedlock, I think it was in single digits.
Oh, wow.
Black people got married. It might have been in the low 20%, at best 20%. 30, you go 50 years later, and now 80% of all black children are born out of wedlock. Now for women, it's exploded for women, but for black people, it's ridiculously high. Black people don't get married anymore. Black women raise kids in black households without black men there. And then you always want to hear some stuff like, but I can do it. I'm strong enough to do it. No, it's not working. The stats don't back you up. The facts don't back you up. And even the fact that these young men are choosing not to be with people of their own complexions is saying something. I can pull too many videos of interviews right now online that a black kid in his teenage years, this isn't somebody who's been exposed to the stuff we've been exposed to. He doesn't know who Uncle Kevin is. He doesn't know who Coach Greg Adams is. He doesn't know who O'Shea Duke Jackson is. He doesn't know who Donovan Sharp is. He doesn't know who. These are all people who I've experienced, right?
Right.
I'm throwing that on the table. So it's a lot of people out there. But a 15, 16-year-old boy has no experience with this. And he's choosing not to be with the woman of his complexion. That says something.
And then to even add on top of that, they don't even know how to be men. Let's be clear.
No idea.
No, listen. Next time, do experiment. The next 16-year-old or young teen boy you see, just walk anywhere, family or not, you see him, ask him, "Hey, young sir, do you know how to change a tire?" Just ask that one simple question. Do you know how to change a tire? Not, I need you to do one. Just do you know how to change it? And see what his answer is. Mm-hmm. Because that's something that a woman can't teach a son how to do. Just saying, just facts.
I mean, technically she could. She just probably won't.
When I say, I don't mean all women, but most women. Let's keep it real. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be clear. I'm not gonna say all, but most.
Well, I made my ex-wife change a tire. We pulled into the parking lot at Walmart.
You said your ex-wife, right?
Yeah.
So that means you was married, right?
Yes.
And you was in your either your late 20s and 30s, right?
Early 30s. And
you had to tell her to change the tire.
Yeah.
So she didn't know. So what I'm getting at, first 20 plus years of her life, she didn't know how to change the tire.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Guess what? My daughter's going to change the tire. Now, will she have to do it? No. But she going to know how to do it.
I made her, and it was hard. Breaking that lug is hard. But that's the whole point, because I knew somebody in my past that got killed side of the road, waiting for somebody to come help them on the side of change a tire.
Wow.
This is before hero units and all this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, pulled up, supposedly helped them. Next thing you know, there was statistic on the news.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so you should know how to do certain stuff for yourself, or at least protect yourself in situations. I don't assume anything positive.
Right.
So, but yeah, that when you are out there making, and once again, these are all the problem with Kevin. I'm gonna say Kev, his conversation. The problem with Kevin is that he talks directly to you as a person. He talks to you. He calls you on your mistakes. And you can't sugarcoat what you did to somebody else. You messed up. She confronted him. She asked him a question. He told her the truth. She didn't want to hear the truth. She foolishly, and I'm going to put this on her, stayed on the phone long enough for him to have to go through multiple attempts to, now, honestly, if you're being dense, just get off, just stop. End the conversation. You don't have to keep listening to somebody call you stupid, especially if I know multiple languages. I can call you stupid in French, Spanish, German.
I don't think I was stupid. I think I guess the main trigger thing was the average part.
Average. You know why it's called average? you know why it's called average?
Break it down for us, sir.
It's real simple.
Because you're very mathematical.
No, it's real simple. Average is that most people fall in between this guideline. So many people fall into this guideline that it becomes the baseline. You know, the quote unquote average.
I ain't fooling with you.
No, but I'm sorry. Literally, most people are not ugly. Most people are not pretty. Most people are just
average. I'm average.
I mean, I remember that lady said, I have a bomb body. My body is above average. What makes your body above average? Because you're not fat for a black woman? 80% of black women are fat. So honestly, any black woman who is not overweight is above average.
She might have had a nice body.
Maybe.
But we label those females a butterhead. Like, what's a butterhead? Everything's good, butterhead.
Exactly.
So,
and the truth of the matter is, you know how much, listen, dude, I won't lie and say I'm not overweight. I'm a big black guy. Do you know how hard it is to maintain your shape? Dude, the moment you get comfortable in a relationship, let's go out to eat. Let's sit on the couch and watch TV. Your body might not survive a good relationship.
No. When you single in the streets, you're active.
Yeah.
You run around, you doing this, doing that. You know what I'm saying? You're more active.
Exactly.
I mean, it could be this sex, but you're active. You're doing everything. You're driving here, you're going here, working overtime. You're busy when you're single. Mm-hmm. But then you get somebody, you slow down, everything's slow down.
Slow down.
Like you said, I'm going to eat. All right, let's go to eat.
Yeah,
go movies, go eat. You're eating. You're sitting down. You're eating.
All the time.
You're sitting down. You're sleeping.
I mean, honestly, listen, forget all that you might have heard. Any person, any man or woman, let's be real, 100, any person that dates somebody specifically for the way their body look long term is in a losing proposition.
Yeah, because no one's going to stay the same forever.
That's like deferring your student loans.
You know what? I was watching the video, and this girl, she was 32 years old, but she weighed 200 pounds, and she didn't have any kids. Mm-hmm. I'm like, what's going on? What happened?
Now, imagine this situation. Just what you said. She 200 pounds at 32. She get a personal trainer. She put in real work for a year or two. She might drop down to 140 pounds, 130 pounds. She looks absolutely fantastic.
I know you're going with this.
She's 34 years old and she looks absolutely fantastic. And she gets into a relationship.
I'm done. Good.
No more personal training. No more. What happened? What's she gonna look like by 36?
Ooh, the way she was when she was 31, because she got snatched up. She don't gotta. I got me a man now, so and he just take whatever I got now. He did this. Yeah, ladies, let's talk about that too. You comfortable. You're getting too comfortable. Just because you got somebody, you should always still try to maintain the sexiness at all times. We know you're not going to stay the same size you were in your 20s. We get that. But you can't be in a 50-year-old body at the age of 36. Just doesn't work. And it's not fair. Especially when I'm still trying to keep it fit for you at all. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to keep it together so I can be fly for you. So when we step out, we look good together. I keep looking out like El Cool J. You looking like Wanda over there. And then somebody look at me, trying to flirt me. You look at me all crazy. I didn't do it. You did.
See, it ain't even about how much you weigh. Let's say I met you. When I met you, you were spending how much? I don't even know how much weave costs. Let's say you're spending $200 a month on weave, right?
Right.
Getting your hair done, looking pretty with your hair. Me and you get together. We decide to make a long-term relationship thing. We run into hard times, and you can't get your hair done on a regular basis. I didn't know your junk looked like that.
Hold up. Who is this person? Who are you?
I had no idea.
What's the person I met who always flyed up?
Exactly. Your feet. You got your feet done all the time. All of a sudden, you ain't getting your feet. You got calluses. Do you walk barefoot over coals to get water 6 miles away from the village? When
KS asked that question, fresh out the shower, no makeup on,
exactly.
What do you rate yourself?
Exactly.
And it can't be 7.
Man, that dude.
And I be sitting and they do it to themselves.
Once again, this ain't magic. I can argue about how much. You can argue about how much money I got in my bank account. It'll become real obvious I can't afford to live the lifestyle we live in. But I really don't know what you look like. God help me if you got enough money to afford to maintain the facade. I might not. We could have kids, and I'm like, who is these little? Where these little trolls come from? I didn't know you had plastic surgery. I didn't know.
That happened to a guy in China. The mother, this lady in China she was an ugly duckling. Sorry, what it is. She was ugly. She was oogly. Not ugly, oogly. And she got plastic surgery done, and she looked like a top model. Like, god damn.
Awesome.
This guy who was rich married her. They had kids, and the first kid came out, okay, stuff happens. Second kid came out, okay, what's going on here? Third kid, something wrong here.
This dude had a private investigator.
Come to find out, his woman he was with was ugly as hell. She had See, ladies, you can have all the plastic surgery, you can get cut up, all this done, but when you start having pro-life, creating kids, they don't come out with your original looks,
which is the truth.
And guess what? That guy couldn't handle the truth because he was gone. And he walked away free from that marriage because at the end of the day, it was built on a lie.
Exactly.
Because couldn't handle the truth. She couldn't handle the truth that she was just ugly.
Yeah, and medical science helps you get away with it. Medical science, but the truth of the matter is, she
shouldn't have kids. She should have got fixed so she wouldn't have kids.
One thing
you know what I mean?
She might have got lucky. Because I ain't gonna front. I think my kids came out very, very handsome. I was like, "Yo, I won this one." I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure until afterwards, but I was apprehensive because my brother had kids too. I prayed to God I didn't have no girls because his girls looked like him. Yes, he did. Yep. And I was like, dude,
your brother gonna jack you up when you hear this.
I hope he never hears this one.
Can he handle the truth?
But bruh. You should never have girl children, ever. You did it 3 times.
Oh, see,
you was wrong.
That's a whole nother topic as well,
okay,
fellas.
Okay.
I know you might want a boy, but after the second child, Be done with it. Be done with it, because you don't want to have 3 girls, 4 girls, 5 girls in a house. No, because if you have 3 girls, count the wife. That's 4 women in your house. You don't want that smoke. No. I can barely do it with 1. You talking about 3 or 4 of them? Man, you gonna need this man cave I got down here for your piece, because they're gonna run all upstairs and the bathroom and everything.
Yeah, I could.
But yes. I'm sorry, we got a little subject there.
Yeah, it sounded like it hit you in your heart, right?
Listen, hey,
it was a moment.
I mean, I do got 3 women in this house, but I got son though, so I'm good. You give me the balance.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, because I had me and my 2 boys. My ex-wife couldn't stand it. She's like, it just feels so boyish in the house.
Oh yeah. You got 2 boys and you, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. I took care of my goddaughter, and I turned her into a boy too. So she's a cutest little girl, but she can throw a football by 50, 60 yards.
But listen, people, ladies, before you sit down with your man and have a conversation, if you really want that truth, then be open to listen. Because there's one thing I'm learning, that y'all do not like to listen. And then y'all get so much into your feelings. What happened with having a good, healthy dialogue conversation?
You can't.
Without getting emotions, without blaming people, or saying the infamous line, "Who hurt you?"
Scheherazade Ali. Listen to her.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you hurt me.
See, I mean, and I'm gonna say this, and this is bad. Women across the board.
Oh, he went across the board, not just...
Yeah, across the board. And now I mean racial boundaries, not just everyone, but racial boundaries. They have been able to drink the tea of falsehood so long. Mm-hmm. The media portrays all of this in a positive. It's hard to find something negative about women in general, something like that. Regardless of what they do, they always try to spin it in a positive mode. And so at this point, when you tell women the truth, they take it as an attack. It's not even an insult to tell somebody the truth, but it may as well be, because if you feel like I'm attacking you, you're going to get defensive.
That's true.
And you automatically at this point feel like it's an attack across the board. So that...
Go ahead. No,
I was about to wrap that up. So, but that's the problem. When women can't handle the truth, here's a pure example. Is if you're talking to somebody. Okay, I was talking to somebody recently, and we had a conversation. She told me, it's like you're in a cult or something. You're mean. I know you're a chauvinist now, and you didn't used to be a chauvinist. What changed? Who are you listening to? I said, the truth is, I no longer am attracted to you sexually. And without that sexual attraction, I have no reason
to
hold back and sugarcoat anything I say to you. I can tell you across the board pure, unadulterated truth. So you don't like it. But the fact is, if it wasn't for me being sexually attracted to you, I don't like how much of my bathroom counter you took up. I really don't like it when you reach across me and pull my fries out of my container when I asked you 15 times if you wanted it.
That's across the board.
You know,
I asked what you wanted. Why you eat my food?
Exactly. If I said, babe, you want something?
No.
But then when I come home without you something, you mad for 3 days. I can't believe he would do me like, because y'all, the truth is, unless you give me, we sugarcoat too much stuff, period. We just sugarcoat it too much. And instead of women appreciating the sugar, y'all just was like, I can barely even taste the sugar anymore. And now it's getting harder to even talk to you a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm getting that point across properly, but we sugarcoat too much.
If they don't get it now, they just fall in that category of not handling the truth. And that's what I come to learn. You tell somebody something and they don't want to accept it or hear it. Oh yeah, you just don't want to handle the truth. I get it. So I come to realization. So I'll be talking to females now. I'm talking to you. I'm thinking, okay, which group you gonna be in? Mm-hmm. You gonna be? I'm gonna fight back or I'm gonna listen. Oh yeah, she just no matter what I say. And no matter how I say it, you still can't handle the truth. But on the twerking situation too, on that. One thing I think we talked before offline about the situation. We need more women to put other women in check.
Oh my God!
Keep them accountable.
I want to bang on the table for that.
I know, right? Most men, not all, but most men, we try to keep ourselves accountable. If I'm out somewhere with my boy Seth and he acting crazy, hey, bro, it's not, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep him in check. If I see him crazy, you don't gotta do that, bro. But ladies, in that video, and that lady twerking there, I can hear all the films in the background. Hey, I don't care what song he was. I mean, okay, granted, he did play some wrong because that song he was playing was definitely not appropriate. It was still the A in the circle, which I understand, but it wasn't the right song. But regardless, though, after the whole thing that happened, now you got these feminist group coming after him. Mind you, if you listen to the video when he spoke to him, he said, I opened up this business for my people in this neighborhood in this time that we're in, which is the pandemic, to make money, to make sure everyone can eat. I put up $500,000 for this restaurant. I would like for you to keep my business place professional. You know, like I said, maybe the song you played was probably wrong. But after 3 times telling you to stop doing something, come on now. Like, come on, see? It comes back to you can't handle the truth. You want to feel like, oh, who he talking to? He ain't talking to me. I pay good money. You would not go into Longhorn and do that. You wouldn't go into Steakhouse and do that. You wouldn't. Well, I would say McDonald's, but I seen a lot of crazy stuff happen at McDonald's. But at most restaurants,
you went to Benihana's and did that. You went to Sage and did that.
Any place that it seems like when it's something black, y'all don't care. And regardless, the owner will have to be a black man. It doesn't matter if it's a black lady. Y'all still act crazy. We need to, if you want better people, ladies and gentlemen, we have to do better. That's all I'm trying to say. But that lady was dead wrong for being in a restaurant, shaking the tail, and we're eating. That's like, I'll give you one example. And I have never done this, but I don't care how hungry I am. I would never go to a strip club and ask for food.
Oh God!
I don't care if the wings are 25 cents for a dozen. Nah.
Dude, 25 cents a dozen? Hold on now.
Okay, maybe get it to go. But I'm not eating in the building. That's all the point I'm trying to make. I'll get it to go. But you don't eat where naked body parts at, flying all over the place.
I agree.
Where you food at. It just don't mix well. I don't care. So that's the same thing when thinking about somebody in the restaurant twerking and stuff while everybody's sitting eating food.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, it makes, at the end of the day, regardless of the lady was wrong, the guy was wrong, how the media's going to spend it is like, look at them black people. They don't know how to act.
Oh, it was all over the news.
The moral of the story is, regardless, if one story was a woman in the restaurant acting crazy, a black man was cussing her out, talking to her crazy. That's all they're going to see. That's all they're going to hear about.
Yep. They edited the video. They showed him going off. They didn't show the previous attempts to get her to not do it. That never showed up on national television.
Right. And maybe it wasn't recorded, but the conversation still happened. They never talk about that.
Nope.
They didn't say, well, he did tell her 3 times to stop doing that. Nope. It was straight.
They have it on video.
Get out my place. I don't need your money. Did it shaking your tail? So at the end of the day, that's the real bigger picture right there, people. Forget of how he talked to her or how she did what. It's the image that you put out there for us black people. If you want to do better, we gotta be better. And right now, we're looking real shaky, baby.
Yeah. See, I think we got a whole bunch of topics rolled up on all this. But sometimes when we talk, it's like we got to learn how to unpack stuff properly.
Listen,
because we'll be all over the place.
Barbershop style.
No, and
you know how it gets when you're in a barbershop.
Exactly. We all
over the place. You have somebody down there want to chime in, and over here. Then, let me tell you about this.
I know.
This is where we at right now.
And I love it. I enjoy it. But I know we be all over the place sometimes, but I love it. But it's 2 things I wanted to say. Because you said something about checking. A, when you say men check each other, when I moved into my neighborhood, regardless, I found out who the neighborhood D-boys were, right? And I talked to them.
Some people may not know what you said, D-boys?
Dope boys.
Okay.
Dope.
They may not know that.
I'm sorry. You know what? It's so sad that that's where we're at right now. Anyway, when I first moved in my neighborhood, I found out who the neighborhood D boys were, and I'm like, yo, I know you got to eat and all this, but I got kids. My kids don't need to see this. And it was some conversation. I wasn't down to being the bad. And I'm like, look, if I'm not here to call the police because I'm black and I understand we're in the black community, but don't do it in front of my kids. Otherwise, we ain't got nothing to talk about. And, you know, one of the dudes, we still cool to this day. You know, he's evolved. He don't do that no more. But at the time, he was like, I understand. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He said, I handle my business different like that. Don't even worry about it. I love kids. And we still friends to this day.
Wow.
Right? But, well, we became friends. Right. And we still friends. But either way, yeah, I checked. I had to go down there. I'm like, yo, dude, XYZ, this is what it is. Let's not do that in front of kids. What you do on your own time, that's on you. When we say check each other, that's what it is. He knew it was against the law. Mm-hmm. I knew it was against the law. If I'm not I'm not calling the police on this dude because I could pull a Karen. I could just be that random phone call in the dark. Somebody, I think this guy is doing this. No, I talked to him as an adult. He responded. We never had any grief or beef. Right? Now, I had a conversation. So that's it. Men do check each other.
Right.
It doesn't have to be a confrontation. I can pull a man to the side. I'm like, yo, I don't like it when you beat on your wife. What you mean beating on my wife? Hey, I'm not here to fight with you about that, but you don't need to be beating on her or something like that. And that's how it comes. It ain't got to go like that. It's more complicated, but it happens. Now, at the same time, this dude at the restaurant, he said 80% of his clientele is female. Nobody checked this chick. Okay? Nobody. Now, I remember having a conversation on one of our podcasts months ago, maybe even last year, where I specifically told one of our guests that that's the problem. Women don't check each other.
Yeah, last year. Yeah.
Women tend to sign off on other things women do, mostly because they don't want anybody checking them. But y'all are quick to team up to check a man of some sort. But if it's a woman doing something, you don't want a woman saying nothing to you, so you purposely choose not to say nothing to them. That leaves an entire half of our race, unchecked by the own members of that race. That has to stop if you want any of this to get better. If you can't tell another woman the truth, where you get off trying to preach to me about the truth? You could have told that sister that. You won't tell me how to raise my kids, but you won't tell her how she raising her kids and putting them in the dumpster. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even want to get into that particular conversation, but you know she's selling the food stamps. You know them kids are going hungry, but you want to check me for being a deadbeat dad? She got the doggone resources and ain't using it properly. Check until you can learn how to check each other. Yeah, no, men don't believe y'all can handle the truth.
And then, I mean, it don't have to be like check. I know check sounds kind of harsh.
Okay.
Harsh. Right. There we go. You know what? But, I mean, that's what it is, though, because they can't handle it. Okay, maybe not check them. How about keep your friend or somebody you know accountable for their actions? Does that sound better?
That sounds accountable.
Accountable?
Accountable?
No.
I'm pretty sure that's worse.
That's worse?
Because once they really understand what accountable means, they really get mad about you using that word.
Okay, so stay with check.
I don't know what to say. Could you have a gentle conversation with them?
There we go. There we go. There we go. Like, hey, girl, I don't think it'd be a good idea for you to be doing it in a circle in this establishment. You know, it's gonna look bad for us.
Yeah. Could you take her to the bathroom and have hey, I saw what you were doing at your table. But I got a daughter who's only 6. I don't think my daughter should see that yet. You know, just could you do that for me, please? You're such a sweet. You're so sweet. I love you.
There you go. Now get your. But yes.
And then she'd be like, "F that bitch."
And then y'all fight in the bathroom, and then you're on World Star again.
Yep.
Y'all from twerking in the bathroom to fight in the bathroom.
All because you. But once again, you got to check them. You can't be waiting for random people to check people. You have to take some. I'm gonna use the R word. You got to take some responsibility for your actions, and if you're a part of a community, you have to take some responsibility for the actions of the people in your community.
You know what? I think we beat this enough on. That's good. Almost an hour here. I think we're good on that. Anything else you want to close out on, sir?
Yeah, we good. We could keep going, but
I know, because I have more stuff on it. Like, you know what?
We saw all over the place. We got like 6 or 7 different topics that we rolled up in here like a straight blunt. Can you say blunt on this channel?
Blunt? We're not selling it, so hey, it is what it is.
One day we got to figure out how to get monetized so we can sell it. But anyway, yeah, I'm good.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the day, we
like you're trying to channel Boys to Men or Babyface. Come on,
we have to keep accountable. Keep accountability for one another. At the end of the day, like I said before, they're gonna look at us as savages, don't know how to act in public, don't know how to run a business, and I don't know the outcome of the guy's business. I don't know if
actually it's been a positive.
It's going up. Okay,
revenue.
cool. Because last time I heard the feminists were now attacking him now.
Yeah, the people who support him really supporting him.
That's good. But I just feel like, who raised that woman? You understand? Like, who raised you? Why would you think it's okay to be in a restaurant throwing your egg in a circle? And if you and she was there with some girlfriends, why was you sitting there egging her on in the first place? But then when a guy came there and said something, you were quiet. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. Like, all right, I'm done. I'm done with it. Women, ladies, I love you all, but we got to do better. I'm out.